Hello and welcome to the news at 7. I am Ifeanyi Okafor. And remember, you can join us on YouTube on Nta Channel 5 Abuja. Now to the news. The rehabilitation and expansion of roads in the FCT to make commuters easier, open up businesses and ensure safety of lives. President Bola Tinubu, represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, reaffirmed that the renewed hope agenda is committed to prioritizing the lives of Nigerians. Aisha Oba Ali reports that this was at the inauguration of the Outer Southern Expressway 06 to Ring Road 1, Abuja.
This is the fourth in the roll of projects being commissioned by Mr. President. And today we are here at the Outer Southern Expressway, which is known as OSES. Yeah, this road is very crucial to Abuja road network as it links up to the Inner Southern Expressway known as ISES through the Southern Parkway. But something very important about this road is that it has 4 overpasses and 3 pedestrian bridges.
The project is about 6.28 kilometers, linking 5 roads all named after past presidents of Nigeria. And the overview by the Executive Secretary FCDA Hadi Ahmed, the rehabilitation and expansion is not only giving FCT a facelift, but most importantly, fulfilling the infrastructural mandate of the present administration. As the Minister of State FCT, Dr. Maria Mahmoud, says this has facilitated economic growth.
And hard work have made this project a resounding success, benefiting everyone who calls our city home.
FCT Minister Nyesom Wike says since 2013 the project was awarded, it has lingered till the coming of the President Tinubu administration, who gave a mandate that all projects must be completed.
For those who think that it is a mere talk, if you come to Abuja, you will know that the Renewed Hope agenda is really true, and that is what we are enjoying today.
The President, represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, says the administration will continue to provide an enabling environment to stimulate businesses at both private and public sectors. And this can only happen through provision of good road networks.
Under Wike's leadership, we have witnessed remarkable strides in infrastructure development, urban planning and sustainable growth in the nation's capital. Under Wike, we have proved to the world that what counts is leadership, and what this nation needs is quality leadership.
Before December, the FCTA promises to commission more projects within the area councils. In Abuja, Aisha Oba Ali, NTA News.
Today is day 1 of the nationwide industrial action by the organized labor. The FCT looked scanty with limited human and vehicular movement as a result of that. Earlier this morning, Miriam Emeka Amadi went around some offices in the territory to ascertain the level of compliance.
Planned indefinite nationwide strike organized by the Nigerian Union Congress and the Trade Union Congress has begun, with some affiliate unions like the Transmission Company of Nigeria, the National Union of Electricity Employees complying.
All Nigerians are united on this fight. It's not the fight for labor, they fight for you people, even the press people. So if we start to enumerate the tears and the burdens of Nigeria.
Here at the FCTA, there is total compliance. No one is allowed access into the compound, not even the FCT minister, as the Joint Union Action Committee barricaded the gate with their cars.
We're saying no, let the government also do something much more reasonable. But if they are not met, we will continue for as long as it lasts.
Abuja Municipal Area Council, there is full compliance to the demands of the organized labor, as no member of staff is seen in the premises except the men of the NSCDC and members of the Nigerian Union of Local Government Employees.
Every staff has been given an information, so everybody now is at home. We are here to make sure that the gate of the AMAC is closed for the total compliance.
Here at the Nigerian Television Authority is a different ball game from what we saw at the FCTA and AMAC, as only the management staff is allowed access to the offices.
No junior staff from level 13 and below is allowed access to the office. Well, it's understandable because you need updates of happenings around you. From what we have gathered from the organized labor, they are not ready to shift ground until their demands are met. Miriam Emekamadi, NTA News.
A nationwide strike called by organized labor over delay in a new minimum wage commenced today with activities grinding to a halt in the nation's capital, Abuja. Kevin Ewonaye reports.
From the Federal Secretariat to the office of the head of the Civil Service of the Federation, offices were locked.
Can move from gate 1 down to gate 8. All the gates are shut. So there's no entrance and nobody is allowed to enter inside to work. Maybe for those who sneaked in, maybe around 5, 6 o'clock, we have entered there and we have sent everybody out. So presently, the compliance is 100%.
For the workers and other categories of Nigerians, the strike, which has also affected electricity supply and businesses, is one the country cannot afford to allow to linger.
The labor and the government should dialogue. They should see between each others and see what can become the solutions to this strike. Because if this thing continue, it may cause a lot of problems on the ground.
At the moment, Nigerians can only hope that the engagement between the leadership of the National Assembly and that of the organized labor yesterday leads to amicable resolution of the matter in a manner that will convince the Nigerian Labour Congress to suspend the strike, which has hampered social and economic activities across the country. In Abuja, Kelvin Ewonaye, NTA News.
And the Transmission Company of Nigeria says the labor union has shut down the national grid, resulting in blackout as nationwide strike begins. TCN in a statement states that the national grid shutdown occurred at about 2:19 a.m. Monday morning, 3rd June 2024. The shutdown started from Benin transmission operator to other substations in Gamo, Benin, Ayede, Olorunshogo, Akangba, and Oshogbo. TCN also says power generating units from different generating stations were forced to shut down some units of their generating plants at about 3:23 a.m. Monday morning. However, TCN says it has commenced grid recovery using the Shiroro substation to attempt to feed the transmission lines supplying bulk electricity to Katankwe transmission substation. TCN assures that it will sustain efforts in recovering and stabilizing the grid to ensure restoration of normal bulk transmission to electricity to distribution load centers nationwide. Now, the federal government has again appealed to organized labor to come back to the negotiating table in the interest of peace and socio-economic development of the country. At a media briefing alongside the Minister of State Labor, Nkiruka Onyejiocha, and the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, insists that labor needs to consider the consequences of a nationwide strike and come back to the negotiating table. The federal government, he added, is not an opponent to the ongoing negotiations, but opposed to labor's demand of 494,000 naira minimum wage that will cost the federal government 9.5 trillion naira annually for about 1.2 million federal government employees only. Government spokesperson also wants all stakeholders to appeal to the organized labor to embrace ongoing negotiations as the best option to a sustainable industrial peace and guarantee a speedy economic recovery process being embarked upon by the government. And now moving on, senior secondary school students of sitting for their WAEC examinations in the FCT were not affected by the ongoing strike called by NLC, as schools remained open for both the senior secondary school students, internal invigilators, external invigilators, and supervisors who are participating in the examination exercise. NT observes that even though there is substantial compliance with the strike, Labour has kept its promise to exclude schools and students sitting for this year's WAEC examination from the ongoing industrial action. Hadiza Godwin Ebune has been visiting some of the schools and reports that parents, teachers, and the students were happy with the concessions.
Out here is a strange Monday, a day crippled by industrial action, yet the schools are open for the day's business, even though it is not business as usual. Senior secondary schools are among the privileged few institutions that are exempted from the ongoing strike due to the ongoing senior secondary certificate examination in the West African countries.
I'm here today and I'm writing my exam and I'm not aware of the strike ongoing, and it's not affecting my senior WAEC. It's not affecting my senior WAEC exam going on. External invigilators are here to supervise, and my internal invigilators are here to supervise us on our exam.
Strike has not started the examination, just like every other examination. It's just like every other examination, it has not actually started any.
And for everyone involved, teachers, parents, and students, their exclusion from the strike is a sign of relief.
So despite the ongoing strike, our examinations are still taking place. It's not affecting us in any way.
Despite the strike, we are still commencing on the, I guess we are still writing the examination.
Meanwhile, both primary, junior secondary school students have been sent home and the schools are under lock. Hadiza Godwin Ebune, NTA News.
The Nigeria Police Force, while acknowledging the right of organized labor to embark on strike action to advocate for the interest of all workers, hereby emphasizes the importance of adherence to the existing laws governing such activities and calls for caution to prevent a breakdown of law and order within the country. In view of the federal government's recent declaration that the planned strike is illegal and premature, the Nigeria Police Force, in a statement, says it views the strike action as a potential catalyst for increased tension and political instability. The NPF is urging the organized labor to proceed with the ongoing deliberations at the tripartite committee, which is focused on determining a new minimum wage, and call of strike as such decision is essential to prevent untold hardships on members of the public and maintain order and stability within our country. Meanwhile, the Nigeria Police Force is assuring the public that deployments have been made across the country to ensure that citizens go about their lawful duties without hindrance. And in the meantime, the attention of the FCT Police Command has been drawn to a publication making the rounds on social media on the alleged entry of some suspected bandits into the Federal Capital Territory. Consequent to the above, the Commissioner of Police FCT, Bennett Igwe, has commended members of the public for their outstanding environmental alertness and admonishes the general public to always give useful information to the police to aid its efforts in the fight against insecurity within the state. He therefore urges residents to go about their lawful business without fear from any quarters, as the command has made all necessary deployments of both material and physical assets and is working assiduously to ensure the safety of all residents and avert any intended attack within the nation's capital.
It's a world of exciting programs. We add color to your screen and give you quality information. From the center of unity. All on Nta Channel 5 Abuja, the Unity Station.
Great to have you back on the news. Now to health. Towards achieving the Sustainable Development Goal 4, water, sanitation, and good environment formed the basis for the one-day training for school teachers on water, sanitation, and hygiene. Cecilia Julius reports that the Citizen Participation, Advancement, and Awareness Initiative, CPAA, set it aside to commemorate the Menstrual Hygiene Day.
The training, which focused on school teachers in the FCT
calls for collective efforts of conveyors of knowledge to ensure proper hygiene in schools is maintained and sustained to create a comfortable learning environment. Speaking on the varied challenges associated with menstrual hygiene and reproductive health, resource persons call for proper awareness at all levels.
When you talk about menstruation, you are talking of water, a good space for a girl to change. You are talking of toilet, not only toilet that is connected to water, an environment where a girl will always be happy to go to school. Not only the girl, even the teacher, the female teacher menstruating.
Many of these students that are out of school are girls because they cannot manage their menstruation while in school. So having wash facilities in schools also encourages that out of school syndrome and bringing very many of these girls or most of the disadvantaged girls to school.
Women and young ladies need to be aware about the sexual education to prevent unwanted pregnancies.
I think with this lecture today, I'll be able to educate my pupils and even train the trainers. Like, we are going to create an atmosphere where teachers will be trained. And then when teachers are aware, and the teachers will pass down.
In light of the above, advocacy for inclusion. Cecilia Julius, NTA News.
Nutritionists advise consumption of fresh milk, unsweetened yogurt, or fermented milk products for its derivable health benefits, especially cardiovascular health. Serafina Okonumekwe enlightens us more with this special report on milk.
Milk and other milk products, otherwise called dairy, comes in both liquid and powdered forms, which could be full cream, powdered or skimmed. World Milk Day is set aside to draw attention to the public on the importance of milk in diet and improve the dietary intake of milk because of its numerous micronutrients. While it's a whole food for babies, little wonder mothers are advised to breastfeed their babies exclusively for the first 6 months.
Looking at the importance of calcium, for instance, calcium helps in bone and teeth development or health. It helps to ensure that the bones remain healthy, especially especially for women. As women age, as they get down to menopause, they will sometimes begin to experience demineralization of their bones. That can weaken, low intake of calcium can weaken the bone mass, and then the women can be exposed to fractures. So intake of milk helps to strengthen the bone health and then also to strengthen the teeth.
Nutritionists say fresh or processed milk remains the building blocks of life, as protein helps the tissue cells build muscles, repairs stores, remains valuable source of calcium that aids brain and body development.
As much as milk has huge health benefits, if excessively consumed, especially for adults of more than 40 years of age, experts say would lead to lactose intolerance and allergies. Hence, moderation is key.
As one ages, even the body enzymes that is needed for the digestion of the lactose, which is the milk sugar, begins to reduce. Some experience some forms of allergic reactions. So moderate amounts intake is what actually should happen here. And then some other cases, some experience pain like aching also, and not only just aching, some even have, it could be allergic due to allergic reactions, some rashes. Some studies have also tried to associate, to link the relationship between high consumption of milk with prostate health.
The National Food and Consumption Micronutrient Survey of 2021 shows that more than 90% pregnant Nigerian women do not have adequate intake of calcium. Serafina Okonumekwe, NTA News.
Now, life can be easy and beautiful if you choose to remain honest and faithful to little things, serving God through humanity. Well, for retired Reverend and retired Permanent Secretary Victoria Ayeni, it gladdened her heart to see people celebrating her even at 70. Deborah Gazashi Maika, who was at the birthday anniversary, has details of the memorable get-together.
Gathered at his suite in Lokogoma were friends, colleagues, and family members of retired Venerable Ayeni. The celebration was such that left Mommy Victoria with lasting memories of show of love.
This is a very disciplined family that have taken time to bring up their children well. They are teachers of the gospel, the Bible study teachers par excellence, and they have done well both in the church and in the society.
On her 70th birthday, we wish her long life, in good health, and she will live to reap the fruit of her labor, and that is our desire for her.
Girls at the event explored the virtues of the retired permanent secretary in Edo State, recounting their experiences earlier in life with her.
She's an awesome woman, worthy to emulate in her morals, even in her Christian life. It's been awesome. God has shown her mercy to see this day, and we are grateful to God.
Her grandchildren also made some recitations according the grandma the honor which she deserves. Her daughter-in-law and manager marketing departments with Nigerian Television Authority Rachel Ayeni thank God for the kind of mother-in-law she has and for God's grace in her life.
She's an amazing woman, a prayerful woman, a mother to the core. I can't count what she has done in my life. They are supportive at every point in life, not just her, even her husband.
She has proven God's word in her life and in our lives on many occasions.
God will bless all those who have come to join me today in celebration, that the thing of joy will never depart from their lives.
I wish her good health, long life. We both live for 120 years, as the Bible says.
The celebrants cut her birthday anniversary cake to the admiration of all in Abuja. Deborah Gazaj Maika, NTA News.
Now to sports. FCT male cricket team began the monsoon T20 competition series on a losing note. The team, which played against Pakistan, also known as Millennium Team, at the CCA cricket playing ground Sunday afternoon, and the first of the three series will face the team again Sunday next week. Sports correspondent Francisca Bile was among the spectators that watched the game.
The Millennium Cricket Team, also known as Pakistan Team, which batted first, had 152 runs after playing 20 overs all out to defeat the FCT male cricket team in a game seen as one-sided. In the second inning, Team FCT had 32 runs all out in 9 overs. Chairman of the FCT Cricket Team Association, Emeka Onyema, believes the event is part of the ongoing efforts to raise the tempo of the game in the Federal Capital Territory.
What you are seeing today is the effort that has been put over time now to get FCT to be one of the top playing states as far as cricket is concerned. We just finished the female tournament, which you can see the females here, and this is a game organized by the international community, of which FCT cricket team is part of the competition.
Organizers say the competition, which is geared towards harnessing youngsters, will feature 6 teams.
We never allowed the young children below 16. So, but this time we said that, okay, let's give a chance. Let's see how it will go. This is our first time we are taking the below 16 years children, but they are doing wonderful.
Meanwhile, the captain of FCT female cricket team, Blessing Agbaja, believes her club is doing well, although they lost their match to Kogi cricket team in the National Women's Championship Zonal Elimination Tournament organized by the Nigeria Cricket Federation.
We need more support in finance, equipment.
They all appealed to the government to harness more grassroots cricket talent in a bid to lift the youth out of social vices. In Abuja, Francisca Bile, NTA News.
And with that report, we conclude the news at 7. Thank you for watching.